Hello again. So, if you don't know, I miss movies, and this is my channel. On my channel, we talk about Formula One sometimes, which we had a great weekend. Ferrari fans, come on, Tifosi. We just had a great weekend, and then also back-to-back weekends too. But also, it's Halloween, so I decided to give you a list of movies that I would or wouldn't recommend for Halloween. These are all scary movies that came out this year, by the way. The first movie I would like to talk about is A Quiet Place, Day One. Now, is that really my problem with A Quiet Place Day One is it's not very scary at all. It has its moments of like tension, obviously, like most thriller scary movies do, but it's not scary. Now, you could technically say that for most scary movies out there today that are being made, have been made. Most of them aren't actually scary. They're just full of tension, suspenseful, things like that. Which is why I wouldn't take A Quiet Place off the list. It's still a good movie, and I would recommend you watching this movie for anybody above the age of like 10. A Quiet Place is not scary, but it's a very, very good movie because it's entertaining. It's more so, in my opinion, about connection, human connection, fear, and what that could do to a person, but also life, story, illness. It's a really good movie in my opinion. I would give the movie personally a 7 or an 8. I thought it was really, really good, and I would recommend it. Trap, I would not recommend. It is long-winded. It is, it's supposed to be the inside of a serial killer's brain and how he's planning to get out of a scenario. But it's overthought. It's overthought. It's like an overthinker trying to get out of a building when it's really not. It's not as serious as he was trying to make it seem. Like at any point he could have walked right out of the door. But they made it seem like everything he did was, calculated, but it wasn't. And it was more so like you're just overthinking the situation. And so I wouldn't say that Trap was horrific because in the beginning they had me, interested. I wanted to know how he was gonna get out. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you know all this information already. But also, it's not, well, one, it's not a scary movie, but it is about a serial killer. And two, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just not scary. It's not really suspenseful all that much. Like, it's okay. It's an okay movie. I think Shyamalan has made better movies. This isn't a movie I would recommend for Halloween. Now, Never Let Go is another movie I saw. It was good. So my problem with the movie was I was wondering if it was real the entire time. Like the whole movie, and that's the point. You're wondering if it's real. And when Holly Berry in an interview, I saw this interview before I saw the movie, and she goes, the movie's about generational trauma. My initial thought was the monster must not be real then. Like you gave too much away. But the whole movie I'm still thinking, is she right? Is she wrong? What are these boys like? What are we getting into? What's actually happening here? And then as the story goes on, you're doubting her and these monsters more and more. It's confusing, but you're also not sure where you stand on the situation until the very end of the movie, and then you find out whether the monster is real or not. And I would recommend this movie. It is good. It does feel on the longer side, but not super long-winded like Trap was. And I would give Never Let Go like a 6. Now, Tarot. When I tell you I hate this movie to the deepest part of my gut, this is the worst scary movie I've seen this year. This got like a 2 from me, and that's a really high rating. Personally, for what this movie gave. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody that worked on it, anybody that acted it, and anybody that wrote it, anything. But I just didn't connect or like this movie at all. None of it was even close to interesting to me, nor did the plot of the movie really make that much sense or, really deeply matter to me. I would not recommend Tarot for Halloween or any other regular day. Tarot is not the movie to put on personally. If you did like it, please let me know why you liked it. I did this movie on my channel, actually, and I did not like this movie whatsoever, and you can definitely hear in my voice just how bored I am explaining it because of how boring the movie is to me. So, I mean, like I said, I really don't like this movie and would really recommend it to anybody, to be honest. The Deliverance is a good movie. I would give it like a 7 out of 10, to be honest. Like, the Deliverance is like The Exorcism meets Amityville, and it's good. And it's a really good movie. Like, I don't know, I guess, because to me, you also never meet these characters at face value, which you understand when you watch it, or if you have seen it. You never meet the characters at face value, but you judge them throughout the movie. You judge their actions, the words, you know what I mean? Just like you would judge any other character. And so it's a good movie. It is interesting, and I would recommend you put it on. It's another one of those, possession type of feel roles, which is why it's like Amityville and Exorcism. It's literally like if somebody combined those movies and had a baby. But it's a good movie, and I would give it like a 7, to be honest. Like, it wasn't bad at all. It was strange in places and in ways, but not in a bad way. Not like I hate this movie, I'd never put it on again, you know? But it was good. I would recommend you watch it for Halloween. Abigail is the movie of a vampire. It is entertaining. It's not scary. I would watch it for Halloween. If you're just looking for scary movies to put on, definitely watch it. It's entertaining, and it's supposed to make you laugh, not like, oh my god, you know, in fear or something. It is literally actually supposed to be funny, and you know, it was interesting. It was intriguing. Now, I wouldn't say that I loved this movie or would watch it again. And it is pretty gory if you're not into that. There is lots of blood, but also it's a good movie. I would recommend it to somebody if you wanted to watch something for Halloween, didn't know what to put on. It's a vampire film, so obviously, you know, all the things that go bump in the night. That's what you watch on Halloween, and Abigail is just another one of those, but it's supposed to be funny comedy, you know, not really scary. Because a lot of scary movies try to be scary and come off funny, but this one's actually funny. Like, it's not supposed to be scary, which I commend it for, you know? If that's not what you're looking for, it's not what you're looking for. And if you're looking for something funny to watch on Halloween, that's also a Halloween scary-ish movie, I would recommend Abigail. I would give it like I don't know, a 5. So I watched The Beast Within. It was not scary, but more so confusing when you get to the end. It was an alright movie. Like, sometimes werewolf movies can be a hit or a miss, right? Like werewolf TV shows, a hit or a miss. And this one, it was a miss for me. I wasn't really, because you're seeing this movie through the eyes of the child, not the mom, the dad, the grandfather. You're not seeing this movie through anybody else's eyes except the daughters. And then when you get to the end of the movie, you're kind of like, okay, so that's what this was about the whole time. You know what I mean? Now, I figured it out more so, not in the end of the movie, but towards the middle of the movie, I was like, okay, I get it now. But once you get to the end and they make it very clear, you're kind of like, then why did we go through all of this? It's a very weird movie, but if you're into werewolves, sure, put it on. I wouldn't not recommend it, but it's also kind of, it's got creepy context. So it is actually supposed to be scary. It's serious. It's a scary movie. It's, you know, suspenseful. It's a scary movie. Now, is it scary? No, but it's supposed to be a scary movie. I wouldn't not recommend it. I think you should take a watch if you're into, you know, werewolves, or I don't know. I would put it on for Halloween. I'm glad I put it on the first time. I wouldn't watch it again though. And I think Kit Harington has done better roles, to be honest. The Strangers Part 1. I have a video on this. I thought the movie was okay. It wasn't bad, it was good, but it was like, why is this happening? Like, these killers are going so hard to kill these people. It's impeccable. I would watch this on Halloween. I feel like this is a Halloween type movie. Is it scary? It's suspenseful. It is scary in the way that I don't know if these people are gonna live at the end of this. Because if you've seen a Strangers movie, you've seen a Strangers. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really different from the other Strangers movies that was made, but it is interesting. And you know, the scenery of you being a cabin in the middle of the woods. It's happened before, but it's a good take. I like this movie. It was interesting enough for me to want to watch part 2 and figure out why these killers are actually going so hard. Because when she axes them in the movie, just watch it. Just watch it. I have a whole video on this movie if you don't want to watch it yourself. But it's a good movie. I wouldn't say don't watch it. If you're into killers, you know, thrillers, scary movies, please. It's a good movie to watch on Halloween, I would say. But I need to know. I'm watching part 2 because I have to know why they're going so hard. Like, why are you so hate? What happened to you? And especially to these specific people. I have to know. So you should definitely watch Strangers Part 1. And then when Part 2 comes out, which they already dropped the trailer for, you need to go and watch that one too. Because I need to find out. I have to know personally. Because this is a little harsh for you to be doing this to a stranger. It can't be that, you know? So I would give this movie, The Strangers, I don't know, Part 1 I would give maybe a 5 or a 6 because it kept me entertained until the end. They made dumb decisions, but I think everybody in scary movies makes dumb decisions, you know? So the most recent scary movie I watched was Blink Twice. That's a lie. The most recent movie I watched was the what was it? Exorcism Believer. But before that, it was Blink Twice. And Blink Twice, it was scary. It was a nightmare nobody wants to find themselves in. It was a woman's nightmare. It really is. It's a woman's nightmare. And unfortunately, it's also a reality for some women, some men, some children, many children. And I applaud what is that woman's name that directed this movie? Zoe Kravitz, for her bravery, for her intensity, for the way that she made this movie, for all of it, the way that she wrote it, directed it. This movie is incredible. This movie is actually incredible, and I would recommend it. I if you've so this movie needed a large essay warning, like a trigger warning in the beginning, and there was none. So let me be that for you. If you've not seen Blink Twice and you're thinking about it, this is your trigger warning. This right here, that's it. This is what you're getting. This is your trigger warning, a big blaring red sign. This is it. If you're cool with that, please continue on your way, because I needed one and I've never been in that situation. I wouldn't watch it if you're easily triggered. But this movie is fire. This movie is amazing. It blew my mind expeditiously from the beginning to the climax. I was to the ending. I was like, wow, this was brilliantly done. Claps to everybody that acted in it, everybody, the Zoe being the director, the writer, all of it. Beautiful. Hat off to you. I would give this movie like a 9 out of 10. It's gorgeous. So well done. So I also watched Night Swim. That movie was okay. It wasn't really, it's not surprising. It's not special. It's got, cliches. It's a pretty straightforward movie. What you start with is how you end. Boom. That's the movie. Like, it's not bad. It's not good. It's not scary. It's just a movie. Now, I wouldn't recommend this if you have a large pool in your backyard and you're scared of open water or something, or I don't know, like if there are circumstances that make you fear water or something, sure. But Night Swim isn't very scary, and it's not the kind of movie you cower under the covers at or anything like that. I don't even remember it having jump scares. Like, the movie is okay and it's really straightforward, and yeah, I would give this movie like a 4. I would not recommend you watch this movie if you're looking for something scary. Now, if you're looking for just Halloween movies, something that's supposed to be scary, sure, I guess. But personally, no, I would not recommend you watch this movie. So going into this movie, I thought The Crow was supposed to be like a scary movie, thriller type vibe. It's not. It's gory. It is so gory. Like, it's, yeah. But I wouldn't say that it's a scary movie in any way or that I was scared at any point. Like, it's literally not scary at all. It has no jump scares, no scary feeling. It's just super gory. But it's not bad. I actually like the movie. I went into it thinking I wouldn't like it, and I ended up liking it. And I do like the movie, so I would give this movie like a 6. So if you haven't seen the original, because I do know that they made an original movie before making this one, I think you should watch this movie. I personally have not seen the original, so I can't say whether it's better or worse than the original, but it is a good movie on its own, and I would recommend you put it on for Halloween just because of its supernatural kind of feel, death, heaven, hell, gory, that kind of stuff. So I saw Speak No Evil really recently, and I would give this movie probably a 7 or an 8. This movie was really, really good, and I wanted to end this off on a high note because of all the movies that I was like, I wouldn't recommend, or this isn't scary, I wanted to end this off on a high note, and Speak No Evil is very much a high note of this list that I've given you. It's a good movie. I really didn't know where they were taking this. At one point I was like, why are we still here? You know what I mean? It was yeah. But because in every movie, especially scary movies, characters are gonna make actions you don't understand, you wouldn't do, you swear up and down it wouldn't be me a whole lot. But the movie's not bad in that way. It's still good, it's still entertaining. Yeah, it was a good movie. I think it's hilarious how my favorite character of the whole movie is a child, but also whoever made this movie loves their mom, and you should definitely watch it, if for nothing but that reason alone. Yeah, I would absolutely recommend this movie, especially for Halloween. It being, that kind of movie. I wouldn't say that I was scared of the movie. I was more so just entertained and pulled in by the plot itself. But it is one of those movies I think that you need to be paying attention to. Like, it's not something, oh, I'm gonna play cards and it's gonna play in the back and I'm gonna get it or care about it or understand it. Or I'm putting it on while I'm cooking. I think it's one of those movies you need to be paying attention to. And I do like the movie, and I do think the movie that it was really good to me personally. Yeah, I love Formula One. I love movies. If that's your thing, this channel's for you. Okay. I gotta go for now. My siblings are fighting. You know how it is. Love you. Bye.